Blox Fruits is a game that has its own art, starting from its combat system. Within the game, there's this bounty or honor system that can be seen on the leaderboard. Its entire purpose is to encourage rivalry between players to fight until any of them loses their bounty. TLDR, the more bounty you have, the more intimidating you are considered by players. But there's also one more thing that you get for having a high bounty, other than attacks from players. The buffs! The more the bounty, the less damage you take, and the more damage you deal. This may be a useful system for grinding, but is it for the competitive scene of Blox Fruits? So in this video you're gonna know whether this system is balanced or not. Should we change it and what to change? Of course, this is going to be opinion based. It is fine to disagree, but of course there's no use in expressing extreme hatred in the comment section. The bounty system in Blox Fruits is of course different than in most One Piece games. In other games, it is just there to show that a player is more skilled in PvP and everyone should be aware of them. In GPO, it is used for people to assert dominance, but it is also used in black marketing and attracting ships. But for no reason in our beloved game Blox Fruits, it is to assert dominance and used to actually reward players for killing their own kind. Its other purpose could also be this. Let's say that this person named Floppa is an experienced player hunter, and whenever he joins a server, he's going to be in the top. Bounty hunters that are inferior to him will of course have their eyes on him, resulting in him having to fight so many players at maybe even once. With the bounty buff, it gives Floppa at least hope to kill 1 or 2 players before dying or just delaying his death for a bit. It also prevents Floppa from just rage quitting and never playing the game ever again. But there's one situation that is common but unfair. Let us say that Floppa only has about 3 million bounty, which gives him about 14.5 of defense and 10% damage bonus on all things. He meets this man named Top Hat. I did not try to slide myself in. Top Hat has 10 times as much as Floppa's, with a bounty of 30 million, which gives Top Hat 35% defense boost and 22.6 damage boost. Top Hat hits Floppa once, making Floppa have to actually fight because he would not want his bounty reduced. After correct positioning, timing, and dodging that took Floppa minutes, he finally unleashes his one-shot combo that is long, hard to initiate, but rewarding at the same time. Floppa then feels true fear because his hard combo only took about half of Top Hat's HP away. Top Hat then makes a counterattack since all Floppa's skills are on cooldown, and Floppa dies before Top Hat even finishes his combo since the damage boost increases the damage by a lot. That situation must have been the most accurate illustration of how PvP works in Blox Fruits. The bounty system makes it hard for players with less bounty to get more bounty. A lot of people will argue that the players need to just get more bounty, but let us imagine again. Floppa with 3 million bounty needs to look through up to 5 servers just to have an opponent that is on the same level as him first. Not only that, Floppa has to search for that worthy opponent around the entire globe. But what about Top Hat that has 30 million bounty? Well, he needs to just server hop like only around 1 or 2 times, get into a server filled with max players that only have 2.5 million bounty, search them and then just kill them. You see, there's a reason why pro players do not talk about this. It is because they just want those juicy montages. Let us go on how to balance it out. Now at first, I thought the best way to balance it out was to just delete it. But it will make grinding a bit harder since the damage buff and reduction do apply in grinding. Removing it would demotivate players as well since the bounty will have no other use other than getting you targeted. Removing it will also crash the economy since no one will be demanding for OP fruits for PvP. But let's think, has Blox Fruits ever even attempted to balance this out? The answer is yes. Yes, there is a way Blox Fruits makes having too much bounty a problem. There's a system where the more bounty you have, the more bounty you will lose if you die. This is excellent to make it so that experienced bounty hunters pick their enemies wisely first. However, in my opinion, it is still not enough. So how do we balance this out? Well, do you guys remember the level difference system? It is a system where if you kill a person a couple levels below you, you will not get the bounty. This prevents bounty hunters from fighting or possibly one-shotting low-leveled enemies. What if we take that as inspiration and develop a bounty difference system, where if your bounty is far higher than the bounty of the person that you're fighting, you will not gain anything and the person that loses to you will not lose the bounty. This can be of course subject to change, and if a developer is watching this, you may add or just tweak this to the team's preference. With a bounty difference system, this creates a fair fighting environment between players. This keeps players to fight other players that are on the same skill and bounty level as each other. But in the end, this is what I think will balance it out, so there will be of course some disagreements. Which is a good thing since it encourages people to think of better solutions. Overall, the bounty buff is of course unique and it has got its ups and downs. Let us think of solutions that make the ups and downs fair and balanced to one another. That's it I have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.